and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. It's paycheck day. Paycheck's already hit the account. So we are going to go ahead and close out paycheck 2, set up paycheck 3, and see where the numbers are and see if there's any money I can move into savings. I don't think I have any money I can move to savings for the emergency fund, but I do have money I can move into savings for my husband's travel expense, because part of our paycheck was actually travel reimbursement. So that's going to be awesome. Now, I am not replenishing all of his travel expense, because some of it's on the ship, some of it comes to his paycheck, and we kind of had to make room to pay the credit card. So there's that. That's a totally different story. But for right now, we're closing out paycheck 2, setting up paycheck 3, and then I will start the new paycheck month in December and do this all over again, which is what I love about budgeting. You get a fresh start paycheck to paycheck, you can get a fresh start week to week, and you can get a fresh start month to month. And so, yeah. I do want to mention that I decided to put a freebie of my budget sheets in my description box below. I'm trying to remember where I put, oh, here it is. So I have created for myself a tracker. Let me see if I can find where mine is. I'm sorry about my squeaky chair. Let's see, I have it in here. And I love using it this holiday season. And I'm going to share it with you guys. I do sell it in my shop on Etsy, which is Lisa's Faith Budget Plan. But if you are one of my subscribers, or you just come across my channel and you want this for yourself, and it looks like this exactly, it's in color, the whole thing, you can print black and white, or you can print color, whatever you want to do. But it's a Christmas spending tracker. Now, this is what mine looks like. I had it personalized. I put my son's name. I haven't filled in our part, but I did fill in my son's and shipping and stuff. But this is what it would look like in the PDF that you download. So I will be leaving a link for that in my description box. So just check it out. Easy to find. I'll have it close to the top. And so you don't have to dig through all the, what is it they call them? Affiliate links that I have with like Erin Condren and Epidemic Sound and Vivint and all of these things that if you're interested in, you can click on and support my channel and support me in those areas. So, and get discounts. But for me, this is my first free budget sheet I'm putting in my YouTube channels. So, and it's decorated just like my other budget sheets for Christmas. So if you haven't seen my Christmas budget sheets, let's see here. Here's my calendar. And so this is what I'm selling in my shop. This is being sold in my shop, but this is the only one that I'm actually putting with my videos that you get to have, that you can track your Christmas spending for person to person or group or whatever it is that you need to do. And I love it. I've enjoyed using it and I want to share it with you guys. So yeah, check it out down below. It's free. Print it, use it, do whatever you want with it. and if you have one of those like GoodNotes or other PDF downloads that you can put your own text on, you can put it on like your phone or your tablet as a downloadable PDF and track your stuff there. That might be a lot of fun as well. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. I'm in the giving spirit right now. So yeah, and this is how I've done mine. Here is this. So what we're doing is closing out, let's see, this paycheck 2. Usually my sheets are like this, but I wanted them side by side. So what I'm going to do is pop the sheets out, these 2 pages out, and we're going to fill all the numbers in, and then get everything set up. And yeah, so let me go ahead and pop these out, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So let's go ahead and dive into the numbers and see how much income we brought in for the entire paycheck 2 period, and all the expenses that have happened, and find out what is rolling over into paycheck 3 in the buffer, the checking account. So that's kind of how I operate. I just go through every deposit or whatever balance forward from the previous paycheck, and then any deposits, and find out those numbers, and then take out all the expenses. And I track everything, and it's been a lifesaver. I have to admit, I am so thankful that I have figured this out, because I feel like I have a grasp on what's coming in and what's going out, and the freedom to do more than what I was doing before I started budgeting. And I'm so glad I found this community, and it's been amazing. So let's start with the balance forward from Paycheck 1. That was $151.35, that balance forward. My husband got his salary overtime check, and that was $3,526.25. We got our child tax credit, $250 for our 17-year-old. And then VA education. So my husband is taking courses again, and he's taken one course. And that one course, he, because when he started it, they gave a little, just $125. So let me go ahead and make sure, $125. And this is the total amount. And it's a, what is it called? Post 9/11 GI Bill. And so it's a grant of money, and he gets there's a lump sum that's designated for the school, and then what's left over in the grant he gets deposits for. And because he had not been taking classes for a few months, once he finished his first week, they gave him this. And then you're going to see in December, they're going to give him the rest of the amount that he would normally get. So that's happening next month, and you'll see that later. But for right now, this is what we have. VA education actually got deposited in. You'll see it gets taken back out because he actually keeps that money separate. It just happens to go to our joint checking account first. So $4,552.60 is what we have. That was how much money. Wow, that looks horrible. That's how much money we had to work with. And so that is where we are right now. Now I need to go in and fill in some other areas. So when I take week 3 and week 4 of my weekly check-in, that actually is the same time period as my Paycheck 2 period. So I have the numbers off to the side. I'm just going to write down those numbers. But if you go back and saw those videos, if you put those two numbers together, you would get the same amount. I just happen to track it that way. And we budgeted for grocery household here, $678.92. We only spent $454.52. Man, I am not writing well. Out of all of that, which left us a significant amount. And super excited about that, because that means we didn't overspend in our grocery household. We weren't splurging too much, and we were really kind of keeping it under control. So that was awesome. $224.40 is the difference. Here I have restaurants, and that was $379.35. This is another area where we saved a lot of money, and I couldn't see my note there. We only spent $146.79. I think one number and I write another number. I don't understand. It's always off by one. So I have to be very careful. 79 cents. There we go. And I really should do the calculator thing while I'm calculating. So just to show you that I am accurate with my numbers. 678.92 minus the 454.52, and yes, the $224.40 matches. So here we have the, oops, you cannot see that at all, $379.35 minus one, oh shoot, try that again. 379.35 minus 146.79. There we go. So we have $232.56 left over, and we still have, you know, from the 26th to the 30th left, and we probably will only spend $100 of that or less in eating out, and we've been really good about cutting that back. So going into December, I'm definitely cutting it back to from $650 to $450 for the month of December going forward on our eating out budget. So for the month, and I am happy with that. Okay, so miscellaneous, we had $128.48 for the paycheck period, and we spent more than that. I'm trying to find my numbers here. $186.61. 186.61, and that gave us a negative 58.13, and this all matches my weekly check-in so far, so we're good there. And then 56.97 is what we had, and we spent $132.72 in gasoline. So this is a gasoline category. So we definitely went over budget with that. We did do to Raleigh, North Carolina, 3-hour drive there, 3-hour drive back. And so it was definitely, gas was not cheap, and, you know, yeah, we spent some money on gas. And then my husband's going back to work more often and driving into work instead of working from home and all the things. So yeah, that was that. So that is where we are here. Now I could do this column and total it up. I never really do all this. I just make note, where was I over, where was I under. But the number should match. It's not a problem. It's my actuals that I really want to make sure I'm paying the closest attention to, because that is what my bank account's going to reflect, and that is what's important. So I have that. And let's see, can I get all of this on here? I might have to adjust my camera. Yeah, I think close enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to total all these actual numbers of what I actually spent in each of the categories that I have listed here. And then anything that wasn't budgeted is actually all this red down here, because like I didn't budget for a haircut, and I wasn't sure about putting it in miscellaneous or not. I normally would. So I was very cautious. So I made sure I tracked it out of the buffer of the checking account, and not so much those categories of the spending categories, because I knew I was getting over, and I only allow myself so much overage before I really have to go, there's a problem here. So, so the things that I went over, I splurged on Sarah Marie stickers. I'm so excited. I got to show you the January kits that I got. It was for my A5 Rings Agenda, Erin Condren, and the hourly Erin Condren, and I'm just super excited for the new year on that. Hopewell is a Christian counseling service my husband and I do, and we booked 2 appointments this month for that, and we didn't know when the dates would be or when we would book them, so we didn't put them in the budget, but we got that taken care of. Let's see, I purchased Legos on Amazon twice for my son for Christmas, and I just had purchased not thinking to put it on the credit card. It came off the debit card. So basically I paid that early. That Visa Go card is my husband's, where he got VA education deposit up here. He actually just moves it down here and puts it in his own account, and that's his money to spend. Chesapeake Circuit Court, my husband paid for something that he was doing with the city, and then iTunes bill I had to put on my debit card when my credit card was compromised, and then that another Mary and Martha product. So if you saw my weekly check-in, I spent $80 on one item, and then she had a purse that she was selling that Mary and Martha had that she had got but she wasn't using, and I was like, I would love to have it, and she reduced it down to $69 for me, so that's what I bought there. So we're going to total all these actuals up, see what the money looks like, what compared to the bank account, and hopefully everything matches swimmingly. That's what I'm hoping for. So let's go ahead and get started.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't get around, but there's something about you I like, about you I like.
Okay, I am back. So we have here actually spent, out of that $4,052.60, $3,846.12. Make that negative. I'm going to add the income that you see up here, $4,052.60, and we have $206.48, which does match the bank account. So let's bring this down. 206.48, and this is what was left in the checking account before the new deposit that came in last night happened. And so now I need to get paycheck 3, and I'm going to write that number as my balance forward on paycheck 3. So let's get this all lined up, and we're going to set up paycheck 3. So here we go. Balance forward. This is the way I term, it's like an accounting term or whatever. Balance forward, you can use the word rollover, you can call it whatever you want. A buffer, still left in checking, just whatever funny name you want to put with it if you need something like that. But this is the budget and the actual. So 206.48 and 206.48. So I know that's what actually is going in there. So now I can take paycheck 2 and move it off to the side for right now, and just go ahead and start filling in the numbers for paycheck 3. So my husband's salary check, and I'm actually just going to put the actual numbers, and I hope you don't mind that, because I already have what the numbers are. And it's just, I don't want to confuse myself. So salary and reimbursements. There you go. A little squished in there, but that's okay. That was a total of $2,925.00. So I'm going to write that in both places. And when you take my husband's salary, actually, and subtract it from that number, $2,925 minus $2,313.28, which is his typical salary after taxes, and he has no travel claim and he has no overtime. This is what he typically brings home, is a difference of $611.72. I looked at the pay stub. That's exactly what the travel claim was and how much it was. Part of it we're going to use in the budget. Part of it's going to go into savings for to build up his travel expense again, because we have, when he travels, he has to pay for his own meals, and they're paid daily in a way. And so he's, depending on how long he's gone, depends on how much he needs to put aside. So I just keep $800 in our savings. He uses it, and then when he gets his travel claim, I just build it back up again. So that is what I have there. And then some of that is to compensate for travel, getting to where he's going, and other things. So we just kind of put it back in the budget that way. All right, so there's that. And I don't have anything else coming in this area. So we're going to do the $206.48 plus the $295. I'm sorry, I messed that up. $206.48 plus $2,925, and that gives us a total of $3,131.48. There we go. And so that is the actual. It's in our bank already, and this is the number we're working with. So we are good to go there. So bills and expenses. Now you can either do fixed and variable, and I have a budget sheet for that I sell in my shop. I typically don't do fixed and variable. I just write my bills first that I know have a due date, and that comes out first, and then my 4 spending categories, and then anything after that is unplanned, but it still comes out of the buffered checking account. So it helps me keep track of everything and make sure we have enough money in the checking account to cover everything that we want to spend. So here we go. Normally I do put into sinking funds, but I used so much cash out of sinking funds, the planned amount that I was going to use, I didn't need to transfer money over because I pulled all our Christmas money out, which was $900. I pulled other money out for other things that we spent. And so I was like, you know what? There is no money going in, so I'm not going to put sinking funds down. But I did track it, and it's the correct amount in the savings account, and we're good to go there. And I have enough to cover all the sinking funds on what we need right now. And I used a lot of that money to pay for Christmas stuff on the credit card, because I shop with my credit card online so it doesn't compromise our debit cards, and then I pay the credit card with the savings account. So that works out pretty good. So the next thing we're going to put is tithe, and that's $310 to our church. And then Verizon, that is $82.71, and that is for internet at our house. City utilities is next. So that's your water and sewer and all the city utilities that you have. We had get one bill, and that bill this month was $107.32. Now we pay it every other month. By the bill we pay it every month, but we get a bill every other month. So the month I don't have a bill, I put $100 there, and the months I do have a bill, that's when the number is different than $100. So it may be a little more, a little less, or right on target. So as long as I budget it that way, whatever the influx is, our budget can handle, a few dollars here or there when it fluctuates. So that's no problem there. So Visa, and we are going to zero out the Visa credit card, and we've done some extra spending. I bought a new printer. I'm super excited because next year in my Etsy store, not only am I going to have the digital downloads of these that I've had in my shop for over a year now, I'm going to create these as stickers with the new months coming up, because I change them every month. And I'm going to do budgeting stickers in my shop, which is going to be super exciting. And they will match the budget sheets that I have. So if you're not someone that wants a digital download to print, but you like buying stickers, I am going to start having those available. I hope to have December available up in my shop, not December, January 1st, or January stickers. And I already have the digitals ready as far as these budget sheets. I'm still selling these budget sheets, but then I'm taking those digitals and I'm creating these same budget sheets with these lines where the totals and all the things, and I'm putting them to stickers, and hopefully I can get everything done by December 1st for January, so you can order them in January. So, and if you want, I might have a sneak peek of the design for January, and I won't show you the budget sheet, but I will show you the cash envelope for that match it. And I digitally create cash envelopes you can print, and I'll show you the pattern I'm using for January. I call it January Florals, and my sheets are stuck together. Hold on a second. Here we go. And this is what the cash envelope looks like. I'm super excited. Sorry, I'm coming off to the side here. But yeah, and that's what the floor is going to look like. That's what the cover, the top, washi sticker at the top, that's what that's going to look like. And oh my gosh, they look so good. So I'm still working on those. It'll be a slightly different font than what I use here, but it's because I have to pay what they call it, licensing for use of the font. Anyways, I'm rambling now. Let's get back to this. So those are coming soon in the shop. Visa. So I bought the printer and my cutting machine work beautiful together, and I can create those stickers I've always wanted to. Where my other printer, it printed crooked and I didn't realize it, so my stickers were not printing proper or cutting properly. It had nothing to do with the cutting machine, it had everything to do with the printer. Visa, I'm just going to put pay off here, so I can have a zero balance on December 1st. I don't want to go into December 1st with debt. I wasn't sure if I was going to get to pay it off this month, but now that I think I can, I'm going to budget for it, and it's going to be a whopping $1,529.77. Not only did I buy a printer, but I bought some Erin Condon products, and if you saw my credit card log, you'll see all the things I bought. A lot of it was Christmas splurges and stuff, but yeah, that's what's left to pay, and I'll pay that off, and we'll start zero fresh at the beginning of the month of December. All right, what's next? Okay, so now I'm going into my spending categories. So these are all the bills that I have left. That's the last part of the month. And let's see here. And I've actually already made a couple payments to the Visa, just making sure when I see the extra money, I paid off the overtime that came in Paycheck 2. That's where it went. Paycheck 1, that's where it went. You know, just all the things. So we are staying track on that. So grocery household. We have in the budget $449.40, so we're good to go there. Restaurants. We have $362.56. Now, when I budgeted restaurants for the entire month of November, I kept the same budget amount I've been using all year, which was $650. We have cut back drastically on our spending and budget for restaurants. I expect in Paycheck 3 maybe $100. So anything that we need over as far as like extra spending can come out of the restaurant cash. So that will be fine, because we're going to start next month in December dropping the budget down $200 to $450 a month instead of $650 a month, because we cut back so much. It's still a lot of money for restaurants, but we usually tip pretty good, and we like to go nicer places, so it costs more to go out to eat, but at the same time, it's not as frequently, and it's not a lot of fast food as it was in prior months. So I just can't do that anymore. Miscellaneous is $51. This is all I have left. 87 cents, which is why I said whatever we don't spend in restaurants the next few days, and we're only planning to go out one night, me and my husband probably, and then my son's order pizza on Friday, so that maybe $100 for the night. We're not going to go out any more than that, though. Now that I think about it, we might have to on Sunday grab something to eat real quick, but I'm not sure, because we have a prayer meeting that night, and I may not have time to cook everybody's dinner and go to the prayer meeting. So now that I think about it, that I'll still have almost $200 left over for that. Anyways, it'll be covered. It won't be a problem. We'll figure it out. And grocery household, we're pretty good, well stocked. So we'll probably won't spend most of that as well. Gasoline, we're over budget. And this is actually compensating for that. So gasoline, we are actually negative $5.75. But I have to track it because it's part of the budget. So now that I have that, we're going to take these numbers and total them up.
You're crazy for saying I should slow down, but
okay, so we have a total here of expenses at $2,887.88. And we're going to take that and subtract the income here. And I'm going to add the $3,131.48. And that's going to give us what's left over, if everything goes to plan, in the checking account. This is considered the buffer, $243.60. It's not a lot of money. This is probably whatever is left in the buffer of the checking account is what is going to be put into the savings for the travel expense. So if I can save enough to replenish it to up to $800, which is, I think, $550 or something, and I could save in these categories, that's great. If I can't, that's fine. If I can get $243 in there, then that works too. I can rebuild it however I need to. I did remember part of this amount right here is also 2 hotel rooms that we prepaid for to go visit my parents over Christmas. It was cheaper to purchase them ahead of time, and then let's see, and we're staying 3 nights. So that's like $700 or so to do that. And so, yeah, I definitely need to be home for Christmas. So yeah, that's why we had some extra bump of spending in there. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and zoom out and put everything back in my notebook, and I will be back to close this video. I'll be right back. Okay, so that is it. Paycheck 2 is closed out. We have trued it up and got the number that we need, $206.48. That balances forward to Paycheck 3. Paycheck 3 looks really good. I'm able to pay off the credit card, and I have a little wiggle room in my spending categories. I do separate the spending categories into 4 categories: grocery, household, restaurants, miscellaneous, and gasoline. But in theory, I actually, because they're all spending categories, I can lump them all in one number and say that's what I have available to spend for all 4 of these categories going into X number of days. And based on what I've already spent, that's kind of deducted out of this that you don't see here. If you saw my weekly check-in, you'll know about it. It's actually about $600 that I have left between now and the last day of the month. And if I can stretch that for the first 2 days, then I might include those numbers too. I don't know, because my weekly check-ins are on Thursday, and the 2nd of December is a Thursday. So that's kind of throwing me off a little bit. But paycheck to paycheck, going great. Paycheck 3 is good. Shopping's good. Christmas is good. Holidays are set. We are fabulous right now. I'm super excited for Christmas. I'm thankful for this Thanksgiving, and I hope you have an amazing holiday. And if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comment section down below. And I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.